Hey, Sunny here, and in this video I just wanted to talk a bit about some similarities that I've noticed between Momo Jump and Nightcord. So it's going to be a bit of a story slash character analysis, I guess. I recently made a video on Override and its 3DMV, and to make sure I wasn't just making stuff up, I went back and reread a bunch of Momo Jump stories to refresh my memory. And since I've also been rereading a lot of Nightcord stories for my deep dive videos, I started noticing that Momo Jump and Nightcord are kinda two sides of the same coin. I'm sure I'm not the first person to point these things out, but I thought it was interesting, so I just wanted to talk about it. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. Both Momo Jump and Nightcord are heavily tied to the internet, with Momo Jump hosting live streams for their fans and Nightcord posting their music online. Momo Jump meet up in person all the time and even rent out a whole apartment for their activities, whilst Nightcord mainly communicate over Totally Not Discord and only meet up occasionally. Momo Jump operate during the day and Nightcord operate at night. They are very much opposites of each other, like literally night and day. It's like that one bus meme. Minori and Kanade could not be more different from each other. Minori is bubbly, outgoing, and overflowing with positivity, whereas Kanade is quiet, introverted, and rarely ever leaves the house. However, what they both have in common is their determination to achieve their goals. Kanade wants to save people with her music, whilst Minori wants to send out hope with her performances. So, when you think about it, their main goals aren't actually that different from each other. Both units want to help people through their music. However, due to the difference in genre, they appeal to different people. And this concept is what I'd consider to be one of Project Sekai's main themes. Music is incredibly subjective, and some genres or styles will connect with people more than others, and this concept is explored through each of the units. Each one encompasses a different genre of music, which is then celebrated through the wide variety of Vocaloid producers who have been commissioned for the game. Music has the power to cheer you on, let you know you aren't alone, pump you up, make you think, make you cry, or just have a good time. No genre is inherently better than another, and everyone is free to enjoy whatever they like. This concept is also like the main plot of the movie. Momo Jump have that upbeat idol charm, whilst Nightcord's music is raw and typically more dark. And this difference has been directly shown in the story before. In Nightcord's second World Link event, we get to see a different timeline where Kanade's dad isn't hospitalized, and she has a more typical school life. However, due to her not going through the same hardships as before, her music is different and doesn't connect with the other members of Nightcord. And then in the Virtual Singer's second World Link event, Momo Jump's Miku ends up being transported to the Empty Sekai. At first, she does what she does best and puts on a great idol performance. The other girls like it, but Mafuyu is unfazed. Miku wonders what's wrong, and Ena tells her that Mafuyu's not exactly in the mood for an over-the-top idol show right now. So Miku decides to try again, this time putting on a softer, more down-to-earth performance that is able to connect with Mafuyu.
この曲、さっきのライブで歌ってた曲だよね。うん、歌い方は違うけど、でもなんだか、あったかいね。
But this doesn't mean that Momo Jump's usual music doesn't connect with people, as we have seen many times in their stories just how much their fans appreciate them, and how Momo Jump's support gives them the courage to better themselves, and believe that tomorrow will be a better day. And you could even loop these similarities back around to how each unit was formed. Nightcord came together because Kanade's music allowed the others to feel seen, and it inspired them to create for themselves. And Momo Jump came together through Minori, who reminded the others why they wanted to become idols in the first place. So both units were brought together by one girl who inspired and helped the others move forwards. If it weren't for Minori and Kanade, neither unit would exist. Next, let's look at some character similarities. I've already mentioned how Minori and Kanade are polar opposites but still share a similar goal, and these two have interacted a couple times in the story, the main one being Sportjoy Park. Is that how you say it? Their friendship is really cute, I want to see them interact more. Mafuyu shares the most similarities with Shizuku. In her previous idol unit, Shizuku was the center and was pressured to keep up a perfect persona. All her fans knew was the beautiful and perfect Shizuku-sama who could do anything effortlessly. But that of course wasn't the truth. And then we have Mafuyu, who also constantly wears a mask and keeps up a perfect star student persona, due to pressure from her mother. These two have multiple great events together that explore this friendship, and I really hope we get to see Mafuyu being her true self around Shizuku one day. Mafuyu and Haruka also share some similarities and even have a direct parallel with one another. And this is honestly the main reason I wanted to make this video. The events in question are beyond the dream of that day and what lies beyond guiding a lost child. The link with both titles having beyond in them is only an English thing, by the way. The words are different in Japanese. These events show us a flashback to when both Mafuyu and Haruka got separated from their parents in a public place. Mafuyu getting lost at the amusement park and Haruka getting lost at the shopping center. However, the outcomes of these incidents were very different. As a child, Mafuyu was full of curiosity and would smile freely, but it's here that she first starts to suppress her emotions. Once she was reunited with her mother, she was scolded for not listening and scolded for making her mother worry. Seeing her mother so distressed, Mafuyu promises to be a good girl and not disobey her mother again. Then we have Haruka, who rarely ever smiled as a child. Not because she wasn't happy, but just because it wouldn't outwardly show on her face. When she loses her parents at the shopping center, a young woman offers to help her. This young woman is an idol and brings Haruka up on stage with her to help her parents find her. Since, she'll be easy to spot if she's up there on the stage. Haruka dances along with the girl and the crowd cheers them on, and it's this moment that inspires her to become an idol, a huge smile appearing on her face. I find these situations to be too similar to be a coincidence. This had to have been an intentional parallel, right? Both situations heavily influenced both Mafuyu and Haruka, except one had a positive outcome and the other a negative outcome. Again, the bus meme. Airi and Enna are good friends and have similar personalities. They aren't afraid to state their opinions and will stand up for their friends when they need to. You could also draw a similarity between how both of them want to be recognized. Enna as an artist and Airi as a fully fledged idol. In her previous unit, Airi was designated to mainly being just a variety show idol instead of a performer, when in reality she wanted to perform and shine on stage as well. As for Enna, she has always strived to be an artist, but her father told her that she wasn't talented enough. And this is where I'm going to start reaching because I wasn't really able to think of any solid similarities or parallels that Mizuki has with Momo Jump. You could maybe draw a connection with how Mizuki likes to wear frilly feminine clothing, and since Momo Jump are idols, they're always wearing super cute outfits. Mizuki is a fan of idols, so she probably enjoys that aspect of them. This wasn't touched on as much in the story itself, but Airi could also parallel Mizuki in how she used to be more of a tomboy when she was little, and the neighborhood boys would tease her when she first started wearing skirts, saying it didn't suit her. Airi didn't let it bother her though, and kept training to make her dream of becoming an idol come true. So yeah, despite having completely different vibes, Momo Jump and Night Court are both units that consist of hardworking girls who aspire to help and uplift people with their music, just through a different genre. And that's pretty much everything that I wanted to mention, but if you have any other similarities that I missed or anything else you'd like to add, feel free to drop a comment about it. I'd love to read them because I just wanted to kind of throw this idea out there and start a conversation. Also, Mizuki has offhandedly mentioned it before, but I really hope that Momo Jump and Night Court actually collab someday in some capacity. We've already got an idol Kanade for April Fools. I want to see how she would handle writing an idol song. It would be so fun. Color palette, please. By the way, isn't Momo Jump's Sekai kind of overpowered? They can touch the flowers or the orbs or whatever and see where people are? Why are they so OP?